live show. So this is the okay. We got it. So the beginning few seconds of the show, a little behind the scenes action for you, is a little awkward because there's a little chat box on the bottom of the screen there, and if nothing pops up, that means it broke, which has a tendency to break often. Okay. So it's a little awkward at the beginning of the show because we got to wait for a little thing to pop up.
Got it.
Or else it's broken.
Okay, so you're waiting there.
But we're good. Because the little thing popped up.
Awesome.
So we're live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. So welcome to the TechTuesday live show for February 21st. It is 21st, right?
It is the 21st, yes.
Yes. So thank you very much for joining in, Matt. Hey,
Matt.
Matt's our lone consistent live viewer. We love
awesome.
you, Matt. You're the best. You're absolutely the best. But yeah, so let's get on the show. We have a special guest today. You may have noticed this individual looks somewhat different than my usual co-host, which is Mark Davis.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a teeny bit. No beard. I'm trying, but no.
So who are you?
My name is Nancy West, and I'm with the Eugene InDesign user group.
Nice.
Yeah.
InDesign user group. It's a pretty long-running group, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we've been around for 4 years now.
4 years,
yeah,
nice.
4 years. So we're the only Adobe user group in Lane County, actually, the only official Adobe user group. Maybe there's somebody else out there meeting on their own, but I haven't heard of them yet. So Adobe sends us really nice swag that we hand out at our meetings.
Oh, nice. So you're actually paired with Adobe. You're not just like a fan club.
No, we are not just a fan club. As a matter of fact, sometimes there are things that we don't like about Adobe.
Oh.
We talk about. Yeah, well, it's software, right? So the user group, the point of the user group is that you talk about the things that are working, the things that aren't working, things that you need to know more about. So we've been around for about 4 years,
nice.
And it started when I was going to some conferences, Adobe Max, the Print and E-Publishing Conference, InDesign Conference, run by the Creative Pro people. And they have a lot of small groups, so a lot of users that get a chance to talk to each other, share information. I was asking questions and getting some great answers, and other people were asking me questions, and I could share what I knew. And I thought, we don't really have that here in Eugene for graphic design and people using Adobe products. So I called up Adobe and I said, hey, can we start a user group? And they said, go for it. So
nice.
it's been we have over 220 members on Meetup right now. So Meetup is our main arena where we host our meetings. So if you're interested in finding out about what we do, we have a big mixture, a little bit of everything. Since there isn't really a graphic designer group here in Eugene, we have a little bit about the business of graphic design and creativity.
Yeah.
We also have meetings about things like mobile apps, the Adobe mobile apps. Then we have other real how-to and tips where we dig into the software. And when we may have something talking about how to do automation in InDesign, or use a particular feature like styles or object styles and paragraph styles. Sometimes,
So really, like, just a lot of just everything.
It's a little bit of everything. Yeah. So if you're a beginner, you're going to get something from it, or you might choose one of the topics of the meetings to come to that seems like not as advanced if you're not sure. But we welcome everybody. We have people who start their job and they get put in front of their computers and their employer tells them, hey, guess what? You're going to be making flyers with Adobe InDesign. And they say, what's that? And then they come to our meeting. And other people who've been using it since 1.1.
Nice, nice. So you mentioned sometimes you do sort of more business-related things. So last week, I think it was last week, right?
Yeah,
there was
week.
a pretty awesome event. We weren't able to get you on the show. It was a little too late, but that's perfectly fine. To talk about it, we did talk about it at length on the show last week.
Seek, Hustle, Create with Von Glitzka.
So how did that go? How was that?
That was great. We had a great crowd. We had about 40 people there, I think a little more, and which is a pretty nice sized crowd for us.
Nice.
And Von is, we're very lucky to have him. He is a very well-known graphic designer nationally and internationally. He's worked on Nike and Pepsi, and there's a lot of other logos and worked with some big companies, and he also works with smaller companies, so local Oregon-based companies.
I went on their website, and it's just like tons of stuff, tons of stuff.
Yes, and he does a ton of speaking at the HOW conferences. He's used to speaking in front of crowds of like 2,000 people talking about creativity. Yeah. So he was here in Eugene, and these are the kind of people I try to lure in and get them to come so they can share their knowledge with us. So that's kind of what the user group is about. And I have some people like Erica Gamet also comes in. She's a trainer and a speaker at a lot of the design conferences. She was here. She was here in the fall, and she'll probably be back sometime next year. So I try to get a mix of those people, and people like Shan Anderson, who works at the University of Oregon, and he teaches media design there. He works with XD and a lot of the wireframing, so a lot of your folks might be interested in. He usually comes on once a year, and I'm hoping to get him back coming up pretty soon in May. So it's a real mix.
So look forward to it.
Yeah,
definitely. So everything's kind of centered around the meetup group. We have a flyer here in Facebook Reverso Vision. So I hope you all had your handheld mirrors ready for looking at whatever stuff in regular vision.
The thing to remember if you're on Meetup is it's the Eugene InDesign user group.
Yeah.
I mean, we are the only local Adobe user group here, so you'll find us on Meetup if you search, and then we're EUG. So EUG for Eugene, IDUG for InDesign user group. That's on Twitter and on Facebook.
And do you have a link to the meetup on your Twitter profile?
Yeah, yes, I believe I have links to everything on everything else.
Okay,
I mean, we are focused on meetup generally, and I'll double check if I don't. Make sure I do that tonight.
I do also definitely check. I will be going through tonight in the video description for the YouTube VOD. I'll be sure to put in pertinent information.
Excellent.
I'll probably hold on to this.
Grab that.
So I can put all that in. So if you're watching on YouTube, check it out in the doobly-doo for all the information on the InDesign user group.
And we welcome anybody who's interested in learning more about Adobe, even if you're not using the product yet. So it's a very open group.
Nice. That's what I like to see. Open groups are really nice. So how often do you have events?
Well,
they try to have events.
We try to have events every month. Sometimes the event's a meeting. Other times, coming up on March 17th, we actually have a social event where a local printer is sponsoring a social. They're going to give us a tour. We look at their equipment, and they put out some food and drink for us. And so that's coming up in March. And then in April, we have a panel discussion on preparing files for print with a bunch of pre-press operators, some real experts. So we try to mix up meetings. We went and had a tour of the makerspace at the Eugene Library, and people were really excited about that.
The makerspace and also the Media Lab are
and the Media
fantastic
Lab.
resources. I don't think they don't get nearly enough press because those are spectacular resources. Yeah, definitely. So if you have a library card, especially if you have a library card, it's free to use, right? And it gives you access to so many awesome things.
Can I give your users a tip they may not know?
Yes.
And this is going to be something that you might be interested in.
Absolutely.
If you have a Eugene library card, you can get lynda.com for free. That is a subscription for about $350 a year now. But if you have a library card, you have access to it through their database program. You may have to ask a librarian about how to get it.
What was lynda.com? That does sound familiar to me.
Well, lynda.com, which is now LinkedIn Learning because LinkedIn bought them out.
Oh, okay.
Lynda.com has its online video training about everything, not just design. It has coding, and it has some really great people on it. It's one of the top online video training, and it's free. It's free if you have a library card, but a lot of people don't know about it. So check it out.
Sweet tips from the InDesign user group on TechTuesday Live.
Yeah.
So that's what we're all about is the sweet
sharing information.
Absolutely. So I think I want to reiterate, right? Check out the the Eugene InDesign user group on the meetup.
Yep.
Check him out on Twitter. Check him out on Facebook.
Yep.
Definitely want to do that. There's also, I believe, on the Switchboard, you made a post fairly recently about the Von Glitchka presentation. Links are also there. Links will also be in the video description. Links are everywhere.
All over. Wow.
You can't miss them. Right?
That's awesome.
So yeah, is there anything left that you'd like to sort of
No, I don't think so. I think we covered pretty much everything. I mean, we are all Adobe all the time. I have some special direct email addresses that I can use as a user group manager to get information. So if you use Adobe products and you're a member of our group and you're having trouble with an aspect of the program, you can email me and I will try to get somebody on the line that'll help you out.
Awesome.
So that's part of being a member.
That's an awesome. That's awesome. That's probably one of the coolest things I've heard. Because I know that sometimes with some of these larger companies, it can be difficult to get that really fine-tuned feedback on your issue. But that is great. It's a great resource for anyone using Adobe products, anyone using the Adobe Cloud or anything like that. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, thanks so much.
On my show.
Thanks, I really
do appreciate it. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind going and grabbing Mark wherever he disappeared.
I will go find him. I just saw him.
We will continue the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh wait, one last thing before you go.
Yes.
So I'm trying to make this a tradition. Is take a selfie with all the guests for the YouTube page.
All right.
So we can take a selfie. Oh wait. Needs to be the right. See, I do it on the show.
Is it going to be like through the looking glass too? Oh wait.
I think the camera's on the right side of the phone. So it's like camera's like over there. Where's the camera? It's right there. Okay. So look at it. And this will be the YouTube thumbnail.
Okay.
Yay! Awesome.
I think I was still looking in the weird direction, but
well, we'll figure it out.
All right, I'll go find Mark for you. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, Nancy, for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. You're the best. All right. So Mark has disappeared off somewhere, and Nancy is going to find her. Thank you very much, Matt Cook and Emily Clyde, for tuning in. Also, David Lambert for tuning in. Lots of live viewers today. We love it. Oh, here's my co-host coming into view now. Oh, and don't forget, Nancy, don't forget your serum. All right.
Oh, that's your toe.
Hello, co-host.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. So we were planning a second special guest, but it looks like he wasn't able to make it, at least so far. We haven't seen him.
Second guest of sadness.
We got some eyeballs looking out, and so that second guest will remain unnamed unless you watched the last episode, in which case he was very much named.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe he'll be back again. I don't know if anybody else showed up. I put some feelers out to some organizers of the Women in Tech thing that's on Wednesday, but I was busy working and it's hard to follow up. So they might show up, they might not.
Yeah, so definitely CC me to those so that we can.
I will.
So that we can do that. But enough with the random.
Hi everybody, I'm Mark.
Hi, this is Mark. Yeah, and
I've been trying not to have. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
I've been trying not to use the Facebook app on my phone because I hear it's like a battery slurping, data slurping nightmare.
Yeah, it'll destroy your life and your phone.
But you know what? You can't share a video unless you're using the app.
Oh yeah.
So I had to install the app just so that I could share. This video that we're doing right now.
Yeah, I had to install the app because Facebook on the browser on your phone sucks.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
At least on my phone it sucks.
Right up until the point when I wanted to share a video and I couldn't, and now it's dead to me.
Yes. Matt Cook, I think I must agree with you. Yes, it isn't quite as bad as Pokemon Go, at least in terms of battery consumption.
Is it just me or is it warm in here?
It is very warm in here. I'm going to die because I'm in a big wool coat. But let's get on with the show. See, this is so this is my segue into the events.
Good job.
So that I can mark it on the YouTube page. We have a new format for, well, our format's not changing, but we have notes now that are awesome and have page numbers. We have page numbers, and you can actually see it's a 1.
Not that you would ever see that sort of stuff. That's all behind the scenes. But
yeah. Forget I showed you that.
Josh has been upgrading the internal mechanism that brings TechTuesday to life.
So expect things to get a little bit better. Maybe.
They're so better already, I can feel it.
Yes. All right, so let's get on with the events for this upcoming week. So on Wednesday, regular events, Bitforce putting on the game, startup coffee meetup here at the Barnlight at 9:30 a.m. as usual.
Love it.
And then also Eugene Tech is, let's see here, at the Oregon Research Institute.
Hack night, every Wednesday night, 5 o'clock in ORI.
Hack night, we love
3
it.
3 slices of pizza.
Free pizza! Gotta do it, it's best. So that is Wednesday night, is those are the sort of every week events.
Yeah.
So some interesting events coming up on Wednesday, tomorrow, at 5:30 p.m. at Rain Eugene is Redefining Women in Tech.
This is going to be a great show.
Yeah.
So it's a panel discussion, and it's got a great panel. Lauren is on the panel.
Julie?
Lauren, I think Lauren's been on the show before. Julie's been on the show before. I call her Julie because I think she's Julie Anderson on Instagram.
Nice.
And Kiki from code.org will be there, and somebody I didn't recognize, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I'm going.
Yeah, it's gonna be
my
great.
Friends talk.
Are we?
Emily Clyde, yes, will be there. Nice.
Yeah. Are we going to be streaming the event?
I think all indicators are that we are going to stream the event. So we'll be there tomorrow trying to stream it. We don't have official, but I think if we just show up with the equipment and go for it, I think they're going to be fine with it.
So I actually, I'm not going to be there for very long myself because I have a lot of work to do because of another event that's coming up, which we'll talk about when we get to it.
Did we already talk about everything cool about redefining women in tech?
No, we haven't, because it's going to be all about social media and leveraging LinkedIn, which is cool, because I feel like LinkedIn isn't leveraged as much as it should be.
I only go to LinkedIn when I need to work.
Yeah, I only go to LinkedIn when I get someone saying they want to be part of my network.
But then I see all sorts of other LinkedIn things. There's like LinkedIn groups and LinkedIn whatever, and so we're gonna hear all about it.
Yeah, so we're gonna hear about LinkedIn. This is part of is Redefining Women in Tech sort of associated with the Women in Tech Wednesdays?
There is an association. I think it's kind of new. I think a lot of these groups are pretty fresh, and so you're seeing some parallelism at the moment. And to me, more smaller things are always better than big monolithic things.
Yeah.
But it really feels like there's some momentum going on in that space.
Nice.
And this is going to be a big event. I think there's a bunch of people RSVP'd for this. And I also know that the other Women in Tech group will be there. And
Fantastic.
probably the other Women in Tech group will be there as well.
Oh, and I do want to mention, thank you for the hearts. Love it. But I do want to mention, even though the title of the event is Redefining Women in Tech, all people are more than welcome to come. It's not just for women. It's everybody is welcome to come to the event.
I believe it's open and inclusive.
Yeah, it's open and inclusive.
It's not called just Women in Tech.
Yeah. So if you saw this and were like, oh, that sounds really interesting, but I'm not a woman, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Women in Tech issues are everybody's issues.
Yes, they are. So yes, please go to that if you can. It's going to be a fantastic event. Also happening, let's see here in Bend is the Bend Arduino group is having a startup product development.
That sounds like a new thing.
So if you're in Bend and can't make it to Eugene, or do you want to go to this instead? We got options.
Also on Wednesday.
You got options on Wednesday. So this is talks about common questions, misconceptions, and gaps in understanding of beginning product inventors.
Wow.
Yeah, so this isn't, one thing to note is this is a design and development advanced planning course, not a design course. So at this event they'll be talking about strategies for actually planning.
3-session, 6-hour course.
Yeah.
And it's in conjunction with Central Oregon Community College.
Nice. So so this is all about sort of how to plan. Let's see here. Yeah.
An expert with 19 years of experience developing products for Fortune 500 companies.
Nice.
Will be there. Part lecture, part practical activity.
Yeah.
So you can show up late and just skip the lecture if you want.
And just do the practical activity.
I have no idea.
I don't know. That sounds like a fun. That sounds like a fun
East Space
time.
Labs. We got friends at East Space Labs. It's a cool space. I'm glad they're going. I think they're over a year old now and going strong. So
for our friends in Bend, definitely check that out. And Matt Cook will definitely take that into consideration. I haven't actually considered doing stuff on Reddit.
Oh, Reddit.com, Eugene? Yeah, I have that. Or I could do it for you. Matt Cook, you sound like you just volunteered.
Yeah, so please post stuff on Reddit. We'll need to communicate about that.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the Slack, Matt, and we'll coordinate your efforts there.
Yeah, thank you for the comment there. All right, so that's Wednesday. So let's move on to Thursday. So happening Thursday, of course, is the Game Crowd Startup Happy Hour. It's still called that, but we're going to be changing the name. Every Thursday. We're going to be changing the name.
You're threatening to change the name.
Yes, to Game Developer Happy Hour.
Game Threat Night.
Yes. No. But it's just Game Developer Happy Hour because it kind of doesn't really have much to do with startups these days. It's just kind of a chill day to just chill.
Let's hang out.
Nights, just hang out, have a drink, chat with other game developers or people interested in game development. And it's just a chill event, right? So if you're interested in just a chill event at the Starlight, if maybe you're planning on going to the Starlight like trivia or whatever event they have,
go for it.
Then get there a little bit early, chat about video games with us. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we never advertise is on Tuesdays, directly following TechTuesday, they've got like Geeks with Beer trivia night.
Oh yeah, geeks who drink at
Geeks who drink
at various places.
Oh, does it move around?
Well, I think
it was always at Wayward.
Well, because there's Geeks That Drink. I think there's also Geeks That Drink at Shoryuken League.
Oh, nice.
So Geeks Who Drink is actually, I believe, according to the flyers that I've looked at, is actually like it's sort of like a nationwide thing, or at least like a much wider thing than just a few venues here in Eugene.
I never knew.
Yeah, and so it's just like it's trivia that's kind of standardized so that various bars and places can just pick it up and run with it.
Cool.
That's my understanding anyway. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'd like to know.
You're just right. Just stick with right.
Yeah.
Wrong sucks.
All right. So that's the standard stuff. Some interesting events coming up Thursday as well. Intro to Elm, a delightful language for reliable web pages, being put on at IDX Broker. This event is being
IDX
thrown.
Broker Thursday. Is that overlapping with Game Cross?
Let's see here.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Starts at 6:30.
Nice. So you can get your happy hour on, cruise on over to Elm if Elm's your thing.
Being put on by Eugene web developers. Love them. They're great. And IDX Broker. Enjoy some live code sessions and some hands-on time with web pages in Elm. So if you're ever curious about Elm, or if I said the word Elm and you were like, I thought that was a tree, not a scripting language, then maybe you should go learn about it.
Or if it was the name of a local robotics company.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they're not talking about the local robotics company or the tree. They're talking about the web scripting language. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. Also happening at the exact same time in Code Shops.
Oh my gosh.
So you got to choose.
Super overlap, 5,000.
Is the Eugene Cybersecurity monthly group meeting. Yeah. Apparently, we got a post on the Switchboard that they're really need members.
They're looking for members.
Dan Guzman has posted on the Switchboard that nobody's showing up. What's up with that?
Well, it's not that nobody's showing up. It's like the first time there was like 6 people showed up. This is a common thing with meetups, actually. Yeah. So you start a meetup, and then like half a dozen people show up, and you're like, oh, that's an okay start. And then the next month, or whenever you have it, another half dozen people show up, but it's a different half dozen people. And then this kind of happens for a while, and so you're kind of wondering, where's this thing going? You know, so I think he's just trying to cast a wider net.
Yeah.
And so, and I'll talk to him about that overlap too. I know that he scheduled it at the Code Shop space on Thursday because he wanted to do it on Tuesday to line up with TechTuesday. But there was somebody eating up all the Tuesdays in February at Code Shop. So.
Oh yeah.
Somebody did that.
But yeah, but this looks like a really fun event to go to. If you're interested in all in cybersecurity, you'll be so basically it revolves around.
Well, and cybersecurity's in the news right now. Like the big RSA thing was. The big RSA conference was last week. If you're watching the headlines, you know that Yahoo's getting hacked like crazy. The Democrats are getting hacked. Russia's doing hacking. China's hacking. Everybody's hacking everybody else. And it's so bad that people are talking about having a Geneva Convention of cyber warfare.
Oh, nice.
And so if you're wondering what's up with the cyber, what's up with the hacking, come to the cybersecurity group and you can hear all about it from registered ethical hackers who actually know what they're talking about and aren't just news people.
And it also seems like a really fun exercise too. There's a site, hackthisSite.org, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
That is actually sort of the centerpiece of the cybersecurity meetups, where part of the cybersecurity meetups is actually you hack that site, and so you learn firsthand how to do these things, so that you can prevent them from happening to yourself or your own website. Thank you very much, Nancy, for coming onto the show. We really appreciate it. We're getting some comments here for you YouTube viewers who aren't able to see the awesome comments coming out. And Matt, I'm sorry, I'll confuse our YouTube viewers a lot. But Matt, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a real shame.
Matt's getting hacked a lot because his password is Matt's password 1234.
Yeah. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty good password to me. You should probably keep it. Keep that.
You need an exclamation point in there too.
Oh yeah, and an underscore. But that won't work for everywhere.
Right.
But for everywhere that matters, it'll work. All right. So let's move on to Friday. So Friday, we have an interesting event happening. The Indie Game Playtest Night is happening this month. Surprise! Yeah. It actually is happening.
Did it not happen last month or something?
No, it kind of happens every other month. Previously, Britt Brady has been sort of taking point with this, but he's gone into some dark cave somewhere to create like the greatest video game ever made.
Oh, I see.
And so he's working on that right now, and so he's kind of just like doing that really hardcore. So Mike Jones has picked up organization for this event, for this particular event this month.
Mike. All around great guy.
Yeah, so I know I will be there showing off a game that I'm making.
You're pretty great yourself.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaking out because right now we got nothing, but we'll see. It's on Friday.
And so that's Friday at Shoryuken League?
Shoryuken League, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Wow. You guys know how to party.
Absolutely, yeah. This has been running for a few times.
8 p.m. to midnight.
Yeah. But it's a really fun event. You get to, if you're doing your game, you get some awesome feedback. And if you just want to go and see people's games, then I'm a little burpy today. Then you have an opportunity to play these fresh games coming out of Eugene, seeing Eugene talent, and giving some really, really helpful feedback to local developers.
Critical feedback.
Yeah. And another thing that's happening here, this was posted on the Facebook group, I believe, but we're also going to be throwing a bit of a high score contest. So if we have any, so it's a bit of an impromptu thing.
Fabulous prizes? Is there going to be fabulous prizes? Hey, Matt Sayer says, can you please give a shout out to Hack for Cause? 1 week left to submit challenges.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely we can. And I'm kind of involved with that a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And so that was kind of a rough segue. Did you want to finish the sentence before?
Yeah, so let's finish the sentence. So we're going to have a high score contest if there are any games that are being demoed that have high score systems.
Yeah.
And so there'll be, I don't know, maybe a prize, maybe not. I don't know. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Just come down to Shoryuken League at 8. Have a great time. Nice. So what's going on with hackforacause.io?
Well, first of all, we have to show this is the surrogate golden unicorn of awesome, made by our very own Dr. Bud. Someone stole the golden unicorn of awesome.
I will actually get to that in a second.
Oh, is that in the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll use this prop here in a bit. We're gonna get to the bit.
But what were you saying about Hack for a Cause?
So, annual TAO event Hack for a Cause is coming up.
It's in April, isn't it?
I think it's like, I'd have to look
It's
it
early
up.
April. I think it's April.
Matt's right here. Maybe he'll
2nd,
put in some details. I should know the details more because I'm kind of involved with it, but it's coming up. But right now, Matt's telling us 1 week left to submit challenges. And where can we submit those challenges? I think it's at hackforcause.org or hackforcause.com. I'm totally unprepared. So Matt's helping me out here. The dates for the event is April 7th through 9th.
Thank you, Matt.
It's a very cool event. It's going to be at the Downtown Athletic Club, same as last year. And you can hang out all weekend. They got showers. They got whatever. The food is catered. It's a Class A hackathon.
Yeah.
And it directly addresses these challenges that are brought forward from like some community things. Like I can use examples from last year. There was a do-gooder organization called 15th Night, and they were trying to keep kids off the street. How do we get access to resources to the kids faster? So there was a fabulous project that came out of that. There was Coder Dojo got a new website last year.
Nice.
I don't want to iterate through all the things, but there was like 5 different things.
So the website is hackforcause.io. It's according to Matt, it is a non-standard suffix. So .io. So like itch.io, except hackforacause.io.
Hackforacause.io, and I also think that like
check for a link in the doobly-doo or the comments, depending on where you're watching this video.
So, and where would they submit that? So go to hackforacause.io and submit your challenge. So if you work in the community and like, I don't know what the example is, maybe you're working for Occupy Medical and you've got some situation that you think, well, maybe some technology could help make this communication channel happen faster, or our website looks like something the 80s barfed up and we kind of like a refresh on that. Maybe that's something that's attainable in a weekend. So if you've got a need for some technical assistance, not like fixing your printer, but like, building something new. And go to hackforacause.io or comment on this link, or maybe we'll call you, who knows. But we're getting submissions now, and we're going to make a list and check it twice, and we'll be hacking April 7th through 9th.
Sweet. So that sounds like a good thing. So that was a little impromptu, I don't know, switchboard pick? Is that?
Sure, yeah.
Well, how should I label that one in the video feed? We'll find out. But so yeah, definitely check out hackforacause.io. Totally worth it. I know I will be trying my damnedest to go. So we will talk about that. So what's going on with this little unicorn thing here? What's going on with this piece of paper that's in my hand?
Read it.
It says, help us find the golden unicorn of awesome. What? The game is afoot. Sources close to the matter report that Eugene Tech mascot, the golden unicorn of awesome, has been stolen.
Stolen from the Barnlight.
From right over there.
That's right. Well, and I've got additional info. Apparently, the person who stole it walked away from their tab as well.
Oh. Well.
All around bad person. Walked away from their tab and also stole the Unicorn of Awesome. Okay. So, if you have a golden Unicorn of Awesome at your house, you should interrogate all of your roommates. This is the surrogate Unicorn of Awesome. The real one. Let me get the real one.
Yeah, we have a replacement. It'll never be quite the same, but I think we will learn to accept it as a member of the family. But yes, we have a replacement that is pretty much exactly the same as the original.
This is the not nearly as awesome, slightly smaller. And brass.
It is slightly smaller.
I think this one's made out of brass. The other one was clearly made out of gold.
Clearly.
So the golden Unicorn of Awesome's missing, and right now we've got to work with this, counterfeit knockoff version until the real one gets returned. So please help us find it. It looks a lot like this.
Yeah.
A lot like this. But it's made out of gold.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, Julie Anderson. We're going to talk about the final Switchboard pick right now, which is something very dear to my heart as a as an alumnus from Lane Community College.
LCC alumni.
Yeah,
Gosh.
go Titans. That's the one. I think it's Titans.
You would know. You went there. Go Titans. It is Titans.
Yeah. But so we are, or the LCC is seeking programming internship opportunities. So Jerry Minahan, who's a fantastic guy, met with him recently. He is working on putting together internships for his students. So he needs places.
So he's got students. And I can speak to this because Code Shops is an internship. They call it co-op place. So if you've got a business, you can register to be a co-op location. Or if you have and then if you have a project for the interns to work on, you can submit your project prospectus, make it engaging, make it enticing, and they will. He'll put it in front of as many students as he can, and that's how the Switchboard's been growing. We got one of our first interns is now the general manager of the Switchboard. Second intern is now helping to build the blog. We had an intern last year that was doing TAO events, and so I can testify to how awesome that is. Those folks got immediately plugged into the tech community by interning at Eugene Tech, and we held the internships at the Code Shop space, and it was just all-around cool experience. And so if you've got a business or if you've got a project and you need some intern help, whether it's design, we've used design interns, there's programming interns, there's all sorts of interns.
Yeah. They're especially looking for game dev interns as well. So if you are a part of a game dev group or even an indie game dev group, definitely consider the internship program. It's not up for either of us or even for you to decide if your program is worthy of the LCC internship program.
If you get picked,
talk to Jerry. Jerry will let you know what he thinks. So
well, even more than that, he'll probably publish it, and then if you get a bite, if you get an intern that wants to do it, you're pretty good to go.
Yeah. So definitely, please do that. I really would like to see more internship opportunities. I actually wasn't able to do an internship at LCC when I went. I substituted a math course for it. Because there just weren't any. There weren't any good internships. So
this part of building the bridge between downtown businesses and LCC. Help us build that bridge by opening up your doors to an intern. It's only like 20 hours a month or something like that for 3 months. It's very helpful.
Yeah. So check that out on the Switchboard. And that's the show.
Is that the show?
That's the show.
Okay, we're done.
We're done.
Bye.
Bye.